Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it a second before we get started. Do some shuffling around here. If you're just tuning in, my name is Patty. Sorry about that. I just like to get a little bit set up, but I am here to do the full moon reading tomorrow. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Oh my gosh, this is a really big one, you guys. This is the moon not itself, but everything that's happening around it. It's just amazing. So for those of you that are tuning in and it's your first time with my tarot kind of reading and astrology, I go through the energies first, and then I share with you how it affects you. And then I go into a reading. It's just a general reading. However, there are four signs that are going to be sort of affected by this moon, and I'll go through that in a little bit later. If you enjoy my video, please, hit the like button, subscribe. I was shocked this morning. So, I mean, I don't have that many viewers, which is fine with me because this is a gift I give out for free. But I had 333. I was like, yes, I love that. It's all about acknowledgement and really acknowledging self and what you're doing and where you're going and stuff like that. So I was really excited. I had 333 subscribers. So I was like, yeah, I love that number. Kept seeing 11, 11 yesterday, 111, all that kind of stuff. Typical, very typical, especially around a full moon. Okay, so let's get going on here. So let me do a couple of things. I'm just going to shuffle these. So on this full moon, guys, it is happening tomorrow. It is happening. And oh, by the way, if you are here, you're very welcome to live in and chat and say hi, where you're from. I love to know where people are from. I'm very much a people person, definitely. Oh, yes, definitely. I could tell you that right now. So full moon is in Gemini. Woo! This is going to be a really interesting full moon because there's so many conjunctions and trines and sextiles going on with the full moon. I'm not going to bore you with that. If you love astrology, really get into the sextiles and the trines and the quincunx, and we've got a grand fire trine going on towards the end of the month. I won't bore you with all that because it can go. It still even goes over my head at sometimes. Sometimes when I listen to the master astrologers, I'm like, because it's like they're into it and they really know their stuff. But for me, it's like I don't really want to know that much. Okay, I got too much other on my plate. And to divine it doesn't matter for because he can change it in a heartbeat. However, planets move in a certain way. Okay, so let me tell you one thing that is happening before we get into the full moon. The Venus is going to be going into retrograde, going to be creating a little bit of trouble. If you know anything about Venus, Venus is a love planet, but because of the other things that are going on around it, there's going to be a little bit either one, you're going to have a little bit trouble in your relationships, and that's easy to fix if you really communicate. That's not a problem, or you know yourself. The other one is that a new love might take off because there's two ways, yin and yang. There's always a positive, there's always a negative. So even when we talk about the full moon, the opposite of the full moon is the sun, and the sun is in Sagittarius right now. So tomorrow you'll have the sun and the moon. You'll have complete opposites. Sagittarius versus the moon energies, kabang, a bunch of stuff going on. All right. So tomorrow it is going to be 8:35 p.m. And now we're on the Pacific coast. So I don't know what time it is going to be if you're around the world somewhere else. I don't know where that is. So you'll have to go by your clock kind of thing. All right. So, what is great about this full moon? Lots of positivity. If you've watched any of my readings, it's going to be more working towards harmony. But is harmony easy to achieve? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends on our attitude and our mindset. Okay. So, because Venus right now is going to be stationary and turn retrograde, what does that mean? Okay. When a planet slows down, completely to go to retrograde, then it really gains massive power. Think of, if you go and you Google and look at the size of these planets. So if you look at a planet and you think, okay, you think a 18 wheeler, a semi truck has a hard time to stop and start up. Think of a planet. So when it goes retrograde, which a lot of the times we don't like because it brings a lot more tension, a lot more things of that nature, it goes retrograde 6 hours after the full moon. So it brings harmony and then it brings kerfuffle because kind of a thing. It brings a little bit more stress and tension into the full moon because you've got the sun opposite, then you've got Venus, and then you also got Pluto is in there the whole time. You know, Pluto is just really going crazy. So also the moon is trining with Jupiter. What does that mean? It means Jupiter is about happiness and bringing prosperity, maybe good luck, things of that nature. There's opportunities for more materialistic things, more financial things as well, and it's going to be easier for you guys to share your feelings. Yay, we love to share our feelings, right? So definitely something about your feelings that you're going to want to express as we go through the full moon. We've got Venus quincunxing with the full moon, and when Venus quincunx with the moon, what that means, it's almost like a craving or a need for attention, affectionate attention or love, like you need more. I need to be feel loved more, and you can do that with yourself as well. Especially how you feel about yourself. Do I love myself? I really need to do things that I love, you know. So if you're single, you're going to be thinking more of that nature. I really need to do things that I love. Okay, I really need to do things for myself. But if you're with somebody, it's like you really are just craving that. It's just, you know, you really want them to show you or say it, whatever your love language is, you really want them to do that. It's just sort of something that you're going to feel. All right. So there's that increased power of wanting more love. Nothing wrong with that. So we've also at the same time with the moon, we've got Pluto quincunxing the moon, and that's going to increase the power. Now this is where that, remember the yin and yang. There's always positive with the moon. There's always a negative with these energies. It's like the magnets. You got to have a positive and a negative. It's how you look at it, guys. It's really how you look at it, because there's going to be an increase in power and control. Okay, so what does that mean to you? That means like if you are really strong in a certain area, you're going to want to exceed in that a little bit more. That's a positive thing. So if you're really good and strong in some things at work, then that's going to be a really good thing because maybe somebody will come to you and you'll be able to show them that kind of a thing. Now, where it's the problem is that with the other energies that are happening, where Venus is conjuncting with Pluto while Venus isn't going in a retrograde, that's where crisis sort of happens or things begin to happen on the opposite karmic cycle. Okay. So it's this Venus, Pluto, Moon, Sun thing that is going on. It sort of is like some of you are going to excel and exceed. And I'll share which signs are going to do that. And then the other thing is some of you are going to be having an internal struggle with finances, or whatever. It's really easy with finance. If you're getting into a financial trouble, all you have to do is ask yourself, am I buying out of wants? Am I buying out of needs? Am I staying within my income or am I stepping out of my income? Those are the analysts that you got to be asking yourself, because there's good things that want to come towards you, but you're the master of what happens. So you have to be disciplined and do diligent in that energy. All right. So that power, you have more power than you can actually believe. So on the 18th, when this, on the 18th, tomorrow, Chiron also begins to go, Chiron begins to get a little bit strong too, because Mercury and Chiron square off. So what does that mean? Consequences. What is that, bad or is that good? It could be either way. So if you were to tell some or ask somebody, hey, do you want to marry me? And they say yes, the consequence is very good because the turn around is a very positive. But we also have consequences for negative things. Again, this is choices, 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 choices. And what I'm going to say about this full moon is there's going to be, yes, consequences, but there's also going to be an awakening of yourself, your spiritual self, because you are trying to figure yourself out. Okay, this is a lot that is going on. That's going to end up towards the end of the month. The end of the month, 23rd, 24th, and the 24th, 25th, when we have this big grand fire trine going on, you're going to be looking at yourself a lot more. And it's not because it's the end of the year. It's the energies in the atmosphere. It's the energies that the planets are providing. It's you, your thought process, it's your faith, it's your belief system. If you believe in a higher power, if you don't, there's a lot of things in play because your internal is battling with the external. So as you watch my readings, it's going to say the world versus spiritual. Okay. First dimension versus second dimension. It's this battle, and it's just one that has been sort of going on. Okay. And it's been going on through 2021 big time, because we want to, through 2020 and 2021, coming to the end of 2021, it's been a battle because we don't like change. Humans just don't. Oh, sorry about that. Humans do not like change. Okay. It's just hard for us to change. We're not quite done with this change, but we're on our way out. Okay. So a lot of people are going, what's 2022 going to be like? Well, you can't predict that because it's dependent upon you and your thought process and how you work your life and how you believe things and blah, 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 blah. However, we're working, the energies are working out of this karmic cycle. Okay. So when we are on the full moon tomorrow, um, full moons are really powerful. A lot of the times your thoughts are going to be scattered. You're going to be sort of your like your mindset's all over the place, like you can't keep control of it. It's like, where, what is going on today? It was the last new moon that things were really happening, not a very good day. And I was like, why is everything happening? It's so stressful today. And it was just like, oh yeah, it's the new moon. And that was because of the things that were going on around the planet. All right. So again, Jupiter trines with the full moon. And when Jupiter is involved, it sort of is the releasing energy. It's like the kind of energy. But the moon is a little bit tense because of your thought process being all over the place, because of what's happening with Venus and Mercury and all these other things going on. It's sort of like a push me, pull me doll. I don't know. You guys are probably too young for that. But if you watch Dr. Doolittle, there was these two llamas that were connected, and one goes this way, one goes this way. And it was like this push me, pull me kind of a thing. And that's sort of what's going on. On the 19th, the moon goes into Cancer. So that's a really good thing. The thing, it's really good because it's what begins to start to give you some good news, good hope, good, things are actually turning around, things are sort of happening. It's sort of I sort of want to say that this full moon is until the end of the year is going to give you like a roller coaster ride. Woo, woo. And it's up to you how big that roller coaster is. You could have a little baby roller coaster, and that's a positive thought process, that is believing in spirit, and it's like, oh, okay, we can get through this, oh, we can figure this out. But if you're living on the earth and the world thought process, which is secular, which is first dimensional, your problems are going to be huge. You're going to be like, oh wow, I can't get through this, and what's happening? Why are they being this way? Why can't they just mellow out? Blah 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 blah. And it's going to be very dramatic, and that is a secular way of thinking. I don't think that way anymore. I used to, and let me tell you, every roller coaster was huge. But now my roller coasters are like little teeny baby ones. They're not even the big kids ones, and my roller coasters are the toddler roller coasters, because I can see and feel the energies, and I pay attention to what divine is trying to do. All right. So we have a traveling T square on the 19th, which also brings that energy of problematic, and it keeps going. Okay. So there's that downward. We're going upwards, like there's a struggle. And then we realize on the 20th, that's winter solstice. So we're at the coldest and actually that's what the full moon is called, is a cold moon. It is also called a winter moon, because now our days are the shortest that they're ever going to be. But this is definitely something that on the winter solstice on the 20th, we now begin to see the possibilities, and we see good things, and we think there's potential and all that kind of stuff. And so that roller coaster is going down. Ooh, it's now becoming easier. It's like, whoo, okay. So here's the thing with this full moon, and when we work towards the last 2 weeks of December, if you come against a problem, a crisis or something, don't panic, don't get kerfuffled, don't get your panties in a twist. What you want to do is say, okay, why is this happening? Do the 5 W's like I teach in coaching: why, what, where, when, and how. What is it that is going is it deep or is it just to the surface? Why is this happening? Are they having issues with something else? A lot of the times when there is a problem that comes to the surface and somebody blows up, there's something a lot deeper that is going into that, and that's what you need to get at. Okay, so ask yourself, analyze it a little bit, because that's going to help you get through your problems through this whole thing. Because on the 24th and 25th, some of you that go to families and do all this kind of stuff, there's going to be, because that's happening with the Venus retrograde. Also, that's the grand trine. Things sort of lock up. Okay. And that's what's going to happen with some of these fixed signs is it's just going to lock up wherever it's at, whether you're bringing it positive, whether you're bringing it negative, where your energies are expanding in a positive way or they're contracting in a negative way. Whatever you bring into that energy, the 24th and 25th is what you are going to lock into. So be really, really mindful, and you can change your attitude in a split second if you have and understand the power that you have within you. So if you are starting out really sad or lonely or whatever it is, change that around. No, I'm happy to be alive. Some people didn't make it this far. A lot of people say, oh, you're just a boomer. And I'm like, thank you for calling me a boomer, because some people didn't make it to this age, because I'm 62. So some people didn't make it to this age. So thank you. If I'm a boomer, great. Thank you, God, for whatever, kind of a thing. Turn it around, because this is the energy you're going to lock into for the rest of the year. Okay. And that is what I'm going to say is going to play into all these energies with Mercury sextiling Neptune. This is a time to share your story, get things out. This is on the 26th. Things you need to get out, things that you need to release. Okay. The 27th, Venus is a half square with Mars. And then we've got this roller coaster. It's irritating. Well, sometimes we get irritated and sort of pissed off because and don't enjoy something because we expect something to be a certain way or somebody to act a certain way. So if I were to tell them news that I thought was good news and they don't act like it's good news, then we get pissed off. Or like, wow, who are you? See, this is where it's going to be controlling. This is where the self authentication is going to come in for some of your signs here. And I'll tell you what those are in a minute. And then we'll go into the reading. But the thing is, you have to know that there is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. So how you want to do that. On the 28th, Mars is a half square with Pluto. You've got a warrior planet. Pluto is a big key thing throughout the whole month anyway. And then Mars quincunx with Uranus. That brings up all kinds of things. We want to get through those things, guys. Everybody thinks, well, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to avoid it. I don't really want to get the elephant out of the room. It's too uncomfortable. We have to do that. That coming up, if you want those good things and those rewards and everything of positive, we've got to get that out. And that's what Jupiter is good about. Okay, so that is coming on. The 29th, the sun is squaring with Chiron. It's not going to be easy to heal. We want to think that it's all going to be positive and roses and, flowers and everything going into 2022. However, it takes work. It takes work. Do you think that this 2021 was easy with having to do all this change, but did you make it through? Yes, you did. Did you make it through some changes that were uncomfortable? That's what growth is. That's how we grow. That is what the end of this karmic cycle is going to be. We're at sort of the tail end. As I explained somewhere in 2021, early 2021, it's like we're in the birthing canal. For those who watch my readings, it's like you're in the birthing canal. You have the contraction and then you have release. You have contraction. I don't like this. I don't want to go out. I don't want to come out of this thing. I'm comfortable. I'm warm in here, right? But then you have release and then there's movement and then contraction and pushing and then release. This is you guys, because you don't want to change. Or some of you that want to change might be fighting the change. Some of you are like, yes, like me. It's like, whew, yes, this has been the best 2 years of my life. However, I don't like some of the hatred and I don't like some of the me, or the rudeness or whatever people are actually coming out with. I don't like that. I really don't. I see it at work every day and it's just crazy. So this end of the year, and I'll finish with this, it's sort of like you're going into a new phase. Okay. And how you go into it is up to you. Are you going into it positive Are you going into it with love? Are you going into it with fear? Because the things that you need to do is attend to you. This is your energies. This is what's happening with the planets. And I'm going to give you the 4 signs that it's going to affect. This full moon is going to affect here. But it is sort of the yin and yang of the cycles. And this is the yin and yang of your mind, your spirit, and your body. So however you're going to do that. Oh, welcome, welcome. Yes, please. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Hey, I think that was you. If that was you for the donation, thank you so much. I'm getting donations, and I don't know who they're from, but I sort of think it might have been from you. If it wasn't, then whoever it was, thank you. But um, I, I was very tickled because I didn't expect that. But the thing is, with this full moon, really attend to what is happening with yourself, where you want to go in the future, and not so much of, okay, you can set goals for the future, that's not a problem, we all should be setting goals, but the goal that you need to set is your attitude and your mindset. Where is it foundation? Where's the foundation and where is the grounding? That is huge with this, okay? Because in this we are either ending a long-term cycle or we're ending a short-term cycle. So if something has been repeating itself over and over and over again, you're in that long-term cycle. It's only you that can stop that cycle. And that is basically where your mindset is grounded. So hopefully, I have a new channel coming out, Transformation by Divine, not design, but divine. And that is going to help teach you your spiritual side and how to get closer to that, just as I did, to change your life completely around, to really, you'll be shocked at how different you become because you're more in positive and you're more in love, and you're more connected to the supernatural world than you'd ever thought you could be. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But this is the end of a karmic cycle of either a short term. So maybe say you started a bad habit in 2021. Okay. And you're like, man, I really need to finish this. I really need to stop this. Then what you want to do is start beginning now with this full moon, these energies that are coming. You got full moon, Jupiter, you've got Pluto, you've got Venus, Mercury, are really big planets right now that are all conjoining these energies together. And that's why it's sort of a roller coaster, but it's trying to get life in order. So it all is going to depend on you. All right. So then the 4 signs that this moon is going to impact a lot is going to be Virgo. This is, and it's also too, this is just sort of the energies that you would sort of put them in your mind, but don't think about them too much. Because a lot of people think, oh, well, this is going to happen. Oh, this. We're not psychics, and God can change it in an instant. So it's, again, your attitude and your mindset, where it's at and how you want to think. Because some people say, oh, well, whatever, and don't believe in whatever, and that those are the people that stay with the low vibration and stay stuck. Again, that long karmic cycle. So Virgos, big steps forward in your career goals. Maybe you're going to be starting to think about your career during this full moon in the end of the year. What do I want to do? Where do I go and go? My job sucks. I hate it. Attitude, change it. Either change your attitude or change the job, whatever it is, but you're going to be thinking more about your career goals. Geminis are going to be thinking about this self authenticity. I've been wearing too many masks. I really need to know and be who I'm going to be. Do you even know who you are, Geminis? Do you really know where you want to go with yourself in the forward movement? Do you know these things? Okay, so that's for you guys. Sagittarius, okay, you're seeing relation. This is sort of going to be hard for Sagittarius because you are looking at your relationships, and this doesn't mean like intimate. You could be looking at that, but you could be looking at your family relationships, your friends, your everything, and you're seeing them really for what they are, because you're now maybe awakening to a new light and seeing things in a different mindset. So you're going to look at some friends and say, wow, you know what, they're really pretty negative, and maybe I need to sort of drop back from them. Or you're going to be analyzing, boy, that person complains a lot. People who complain a lot bring this very low vibrational energy around, and you begin to absorb that. And you got to be really careful. If you do not put a bubble around you, you will absorb it and you will begin to start complaining like they do. So you don't want to do that. You want to sort of keep that at bay. Just say, you know what? I really don't want to talk about that. You know, if you really like this person and that's the one thing that they have going against them, teach them how to not complain, because they're canceling out their blessings. They're canceling out their rewards, because the more you complain, the less you are given. Okay. I won't go into that. So you're seeing what your relationships are for. Sagittarians. Pisces, you're again learning more about self-awareness, self-love, self-authenticity, walking in the truth, just like the Geminis. All right. So this is going to be a really interesting moon because of the planets. I would just say be really, really careful at the end of the day, about the 24th and 25th. Whatever you go into in your attitude and your energies is what you are going to stick with the rest of the month. Okay, because these energies are going to go. So please go into it. And when you catch yourself, if you're in a negative, I'd catch yourself, stop yourself and say, nope, I'm not going to think that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to whatever. Catch yourself, because the more you do that, the more that you can actually transform your mindset to a more positive mindset. All right. There's that. All right, so I pulled the moon card, and it looks like, look at the bigger picture, which is interesting because it says full moon in Sagittarius, but we're actually, the sun is in Sagittarius and the full moon is in Gemini. But look at the bigger picture, okay? And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to look at the bigger picture, the future picture, what is happening, what is going on with that picture, okay? So where do you want to go? It's like everybody was saying that 2020 and 2021 were horrible. For some people, when they had death in the family, death is a separation. Doesn't mean that they're dead. And I know they're not, because I've witnessed talking to people from the other side. So um, it's not, it's just a separation. It's just our physical loss of them. But we have more power than you can imagine. So definitely, your mindset and how you handle things. There is going to be at the end of the I think I said that already, but the end of the um, month, it's going to be, the big word is consequences. Is this good? Is it bad? Is it, whatever? Again, it's your mindset. All right. Yeah, yeah. I would say, yeah, I'm going to be fast. I was going to start a fast yesterday, and I said to myself, you know what? My daughter and I were taking a break for 4 days and going to Disneyland. And I said to myself, no, because I really love the food there. And if I do my fasting now, I will, because I do it for 21 days, 21 days to change a habit, right? And 63 days to make it sustain. So I said to myself, well, no, we're not going to do that until we come back. Isn't that horrible? Because I love to go in the foods. Some of those chefs down there are really, really good. In Disney World also too, just killer chefs. Some of those places. So all right. So I'm going to see what the theme is for you guys here. Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgos, and Pisces gave you a little bit of a key or tip of what's going to be sort of happening for you guys. But this is a general reading that may resonate with you, may not, but it should resonate at some point, because we're on a roller coaster ride till the end of the year, right? But it's a good one because we're now aware. What was it yesterday? Well, and also the 333, the subscribers that I saw this morning, I was like, oh, 333 is acknowledging where we are at, what we need to do, and where we want to go. Okay, for the next year. And then for me, I do 6 month goals, I do a year goal, and then I do a 5 year goal. Getting older, it's sort of hard to do the 5 year goal, because am I going to be here in 5 years? Please let me be here in 5 years. But you just never know. That could be gone tomorrow too. So we've got magic prayer. We're going to do a little bit of, I'm just pulling 2 cards for the full moon. Magic prayer, which is the number 5. Okay, so most of you guys know I do some numerology. And then we've got strength, the number 4. This is an uncomfortable time because we are looking at our foundation, our grounding, our purpose. So magic prayer is about the things that you desire, that you want, that you're asking divine or the energetic realm for, the second dimension for. I say God, so you can say whatever you want because I have one-on-one relationship with him. But the thing is, magic prayers, we've almost thank you. So he's saying, be careful what you ask for. So in the future, be careful what you ask for because he's already given it to you. And the thing is, you might miss out on the opportunity because there's a lot of opportunity and potential with some of these planets that are coming in. Remember, I had said that. So be really mindful what you're asking for and why you're asking for it. Because a lot of the times, even in coaching, I'll say, well, why do you love this person? And they sometimes can't even give me an answer. It's like, well, they're nice to me. Well, your dog can be nice to you. So why are you wanting this? Why are you wanting to do this? Is this your passion? Again, a lot of you guys are in self authenticity, figuring yourself out. Are you doing it because you've got this mask on and other people might want you to do it? That's first dimension. Don't walk in first dimension, walk in second dimension, because you need to be doing things you love, your spirit and soul love, not what other people do. It's like many people go to college, right? Been there, done that. And twice. And you get into a subject matter that you want to go into a career about, and then halfway through, 2 years later, oh, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, because you didn't ask yourself those hard, tough questions. That's where the strength comes in. That's where, what strength, the other word for strength is courage. Okay, and this is the hard part through these last 2 weeks that we were talking about, that we're going to be having some of those things come up that are going to be sort of hard to talk about, hard to think about. It's sort of like your mind is all over the place. Relationships, it's going to be a little bit more intense. Some of you guys are going to want to steer away. Don't steer away. This is the time to get in the middle of it. Get it. Because when we get in the middle of something, we really find out. Have you ever been, hypothetically, been there, done that? When I do hypotheticals, you're going to know that I probably have done that or been there or done whatever. However, have you ever been in the hospital for a time and have how many people came to see you? How many people called you? How many people were even interested that you were in the hospital? But then you've got them around you all the time outside of the hospital. That is the time to evaluate. Imagine yourself in a rough spot. Who's around at that time to help support you? As I told in many of your readings for this last week, if they're not for you, they're against you. That's just the way it is. There's no lukewarm. And that's like when you're in the first dimension or you're making your choices by the second dimension. You're making choices by world or you're making them by spirit. There is no center. When you're in the center, God hates that. It's lukewarm. He doesn't like it. Divine hates it. He says you either pick one or the other. If you're going to live worldly and want materialistic stuff, okay, I'm fine with that. Go right ahead. However, I'm out. If you want to go spiritually and make all your decisions, okay, yeah, I know you like that car. I know you like that house. Okay, when it's time, I'll give it to you. However, everything goes a little bit more smoother. Okay, I don't know how to explain it, and I don't know who that was for, and I don't know why I went off on that, but he wanted me to say it. I say it. Okay, so star on the bottom. Awesome. Because that's about balance. That's about peace. That's about bringing harmony. That's what a lot of these energies are trying to do. Even though everybody thinks, oh my gosh, seriously, Patty, can you just do something good? These energies are trying to create harmony and peace in you. That is divine. That's love. Okay. Did I flip one? I did. Yeah. There's that worldly person again. Secular, secular, secular. It is really hard, and I'm stepping away. I have Get Balance 2020, which is a secular health coach and life coach, and I'm stepping away from that. That's why the new channel. I cannot coach people that don't have a faith or belief because I just can't. I can't do it. It's hard because every time I say, well, if you lean on, and they're like, well, I don't lean on it. I don't believe that. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Then I'm not your coach because I know what works and I know I've seen it, I've lived it, I experienced it, and you can go talk to a secular coach and good luck with the world. I just can't do it. So that's why the new channel. All right. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My goodness. So remember I was talking about authentic self and truth. Okay. That is happening. That is happening. Somebody out there, I don't know who this is for, you are really trying to figure things out. You're trying to look at the bigger picture. You're trying to work on self. You're just not quite sure how to do it. And every time, oh, thank you. Every time you start to work on self and there's a bump in the road, you get dejected or disheartened and you quit. It's like this person, every time something gets hard, they stop. It's like for a lot of people, diets don't work. They don't work. But a lifetime change of good eating habits works. But when it gets a little bit tough, gets a little bit uncomfortable, that's when the courage and the strength has to come in and not to stop. I don't know who this is for, but this is towards the end of the year. Whatever it is that you're needing to pull forward and be your authentic you, don't stop. Don't quit. And when it does get tough and you're looking at things, you have to look at the bigger picture. Okay. Don't look at what's going on now. Don't look at what you're feeling. Don't let your feelings control you. You control those feelings, but look at the bigger picture. Okay. Because we have earth and we have truth fighting each other. We have internal struggle fighting each other. And let me tell you, this is a huge battle for somebody. I don't know who this is for, but this is for somebody. But what I love in the center of your reading is victory. Yes, 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 yes. So it is also the number 6. It's also deals with progress. And what we have next to that is the hangman. What is hangman? Insightfulness from the second dimension, from divine, from God or whatever. And you're looking at the bigger picture and you're meditating or praying, whatever you want to call it. Meditation, same thing as prayer. Hello. But it really, everybody's thinking, oh, I got to pray a certain way. No, you just talk. Just start talking to him. Say, you know what? I don't know what I do this all the time. I don't know what you're doing up there, but or around there, because he's all over. He's omnia. He's everywhere. But we have this habit. And why is that? Why heaven's up here? No, heaven. There is 3 heavens. But if you want to go into that kind of theology, but the thing is that we always look up. He could be right here and you would not even know it. Your mother could be right here and not even know it. But the thing is, we always do that. But I do that. I just like, what the heck are you doing? Can you give me a sign? Give me some confirmation. This is that insight, because, and he will. If you ask for a sign or confirmation, whether you can pay attention, this is that roller coaster, whether you can tap into what he can see and do for you. That is the intuition of you. That's why this is intuitive, is that you can pay attention to that intuition and you will see the sign, the confirmation, say, oh, he doesn't want me to do that, or he does want me to do that. Okay, you got to pay attention. Because again, there's good things to come. Newness. Number 1 is about new things, new fresh energies, new things to happen, new things to go forward. It's also the energy of Venus, but it is also too the love. Okay, so it's love, peace, and joy. Remember, I said that whatever we're working towards is love, peace, joy. Joy is, one of these said that it brings happiness and good luck. And I'm like, there is no, there, if you believe in good luck, that's earthly. If you believe in providence, that is spiritually very different. But it is also, too, good luck and happiness. Happiness is first dimensional, guys. First dimensional, because it can go up and down like a roller coaster. That's because people allow their feelings to control them, not their feelings control you. So this is spiritual. So this is deep. This is deep, deep, deep down. This is a deep joy that nobody can take away from you. Nobody. Okay. Here's the thing. I can't make this stuff up. So here's the thing. At the end of the month, what did I say? I said, I think in the ending, everything has a yin and a yang, a positive and a negative. Your mindset is positive or negative. It's either spiritual or it's secular, whatever. It's what you manifest it to be. The Magician card. This is your challenge card. Some of you are not going to take that challenge and say, you know what? I do need to look at myself a little bit better, a little differently. And I do need to live for me the way that God built me, not whatever somebody else thinks of me. I don't give a crap what you think. I don't. But the thing is, I'm not mean about it. It's just like, thank you for your opinion. I'll take that into consideration, but I'm not going to do anything with it because I think, people live more secularly. Which deck do I want to use? You know what? I'm going to go back to the old Waite and Rider deck, and I might go to my steampunk deck next. Ooh, that's nasty. I don't know if I should show you or not. So where I'm sitting right now, I've got 3 saddles I'm working on, and as soon as I get done with this reading, I'm going to go do it again. I've got 3 saddles that I got to clean for Christmas for presents. So the one's behind me. Actually, I don't know where it is, but I was cleaning one, and I get deep, deep down into these saddles, and I accidentally must have left the Q-tip. Anyway, that's not from my ears. Okay, so so manifest it. Well, how do you want to manifest? You got 2 number 1s side by side. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is beautiful, beautiful energy, guys. Number 1, newness, freshness, love, peace. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful. And then you've got the hangman next to that. This is very spiritual. Somebody is going to have a very spiritual awakening at the end of the year, and they're going to I think their awakening is going to be shifting them to be more on the spiritual side in making their decisions out of love and not fear. Oh, whoever that's for, wow, I've been there. I've been there. But you know what? It's sometimes if divine's really connected or really ready to help you out, it'll happen just like that. He's not slow. When he wants something to happen, he's not slow. Well, Maria, you can email me, it's all free. You can email me. I can tell you, and we can do a video, like a Zoom or something like that, and definitely I can help you. Okay. So again, victory. Queen of Wands. This is that self-talk, guys. And do you see this little black cat down on the bottom? We have self-talk. We talk to ourselves either in a positive manner or we talk to ourselves in a negative manner. We allow doubt to come in. We allow a low self-esteem to come in, low values to come in. That's that little bugger that needs to step aside. That's that low vibrational energy that keeps us stuck. That's what divine is saying at the end of the year. And we may say it's the end of a year, but it's actually just the start of something new. Okay. So people look at the end of the year, oh, so let's say goodbye to this. And they think that a magic wand is going to bing. Okay, now we're going to have happy bull. Oh, that's a bunch of bull. But it is the start of something new. So make it fresh, make it new, make it positive. Because again, we have the hangman. We've got 2 of them. We've got 2 of these cards re-identified or revalidated. So we got the victory card, we've got the 6 of Wands, and we have the hangman. This is definitely somebody needing to move from the secular world, from the materialistic world, somebody who's making their decisions based on money, and somebody definitely has some poor finances going on. I can feel it. I can see it. You've got pentacles here, and you're making your choices and decisions um, out of depression. You're buying things out of depression, out of anxiety. You're trying to fill a void that cannot be filled without healing. Okay. Again, you have to look at the bigger picture. And I will tell you from experience, I don't like to get really, really personal, but back in the day when I was living in my secular world, I did. I didn't care how many debts I had at the time. I didn't care that somebody didn't get paid. I'd go buy something on time and never pay it. It was really bad. And it was because my mindset was all messed up. Where was it messed up? From my foundation. For some of you guys, this full moon, you're going to want to look at your foundation. Where did it start? I was sexually abused and mentally and verbally abused. So my twisted mindset thought that, okay, if I go buy it, I don't care what other people think, whatever. I was in a really bad place. And I grew such a huge debt, I would go bankrupt. Okay. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. Now I can start all over and do that all over again. And luckily, divine woke me up. because it's the wrong way. It's a spiral thing. It's going to lead you down the wrong path. So what I'm going to teach whoever this is that is having financial difficulty, a lot of it is your mindset. A lot of it has to do with buying out of wants rather than needs. So when you go to buy something again, is this something I need? Is it within my income? If you have cards that are maxed out, credit cards that are maxed out, you're way over your income and you're going to get yourself into trouble. You cannot pay the interest off and all that money off unless you all of a sudden got a big chunk of money or your job changed where you can actually do that, because most people are about a paycheck away from being homeless. Been there, done that. Was homeless and then went to a business owner in 1 year. And that's because a lot of my process had to change. Okay. So again, this full moon is about change and process. It is going to take strength. Whatever you want and desire, and whatever divine says, I can give it to you, and I've given it to you. You just don't have it yet because you're in the wrong mindset. Five, the number five, very uncomfortable, very icky kind of feeling, novice kind of feeling, like uncomfortable. You're out of the box, not quite like Maria, you had said, I'm not sure where to start. It is not a bad feeling. This is a good feeling because now you acknowledge that you have to see, you have something you want to do or change. Then you have to look in the mirror and be where you, and I'm going to tell you the one key, Maria, or anybody else watching, the number place to start, the number one place to start is be truthful and walk in the truth of who you are. Okay. And be honest and truthful in anything that you do, and begin to not allow people into your life that don't walk in your truth or have the same truth values. I don't let people that are not spiritual into my circle. My circle of friends is like 4 or 5, and they know that I'm spiritual. And if they don't like it, they usually go away. But the thing is, you have to walk in truth. The biggest, and put it on your mirror, put it on sticky notes, just walk in the truth, walk in the truth. And that will begin your self authentication, or whatever, how I pronounce that, for this full moon and the energies for the future. And then what's going to happen is you're going to begin to love yourself even more. Your self esteem is going to be coming up more because you are good, you are beautiful, you are love, what God had made you to be, and to give and receive. But it's very hard to receive for some people. So that is the number one place to start. If you are in one of these energies of, what is it, Virgo? No, Gemini and Pisces, definitely those two. But also too, if you're, it doesn't matter what sign you are, if you're a living breathing human being, you can utilize that, and you'll then begin to start feeling and hearing your intuition more, getting signs and confirmation, because now you're beginning that little fiber of a connection to divine, and that fiber begins to grow into a cord. That cord begins to grow into a rope, and you will never break that bond. I will never break that bond. Never did before, but I had a little thread, and that's where I had to start. Sort of like the mustard seed, you have to start somewhere. That little teeny tiny, you know how small a mustard seed is? That's all the faith and belief you need to have. Think of a mustard seed. Go Google a mustard seed and see how small it is. That's all you need to start your spiritual growth process. And that will take you away from the secular, and that will take you into self love. And you won't give a crap what anybody else thinks, and you won't compare. You won't do all that kind of stuff. All right. I don't know why. I think I went into coaching more than I did. But what a long video. So I hope this helped. Just be kind to yourself, be kind to others. 24th, 25th, huge energies that just want to fight and rabble. Back it off. Don't be that love, be and shine, or step back, especially when you feel your blood pressure starting to go up and you're just like, nope, step back. That happened to me the other day. And actually divine stopped me, and I'm like, oop, okay. And I was just like, ooh, this felt really good, because I was in control of my feelings, not my feelings were in control of me. Because I slip, I'm human. Because sometimes there's just some people. But anyway, so remember to do that, to help you in your process. And I hopefully I'll have one more reading before the end of the year, and I'll do a special end of the year reading. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe or share. Although I really liked seeing that 333 number of subscribers. It sort of made my day today. But and it's not because of the 333, it's just 333, acknowledging self, acknowledging love, acknowledgement of things that are going on in my life. So I'm like, yes. So we will do that. But please subscribe, like, share with your friends. Please share this with your friends if you know that somebody's a Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces. That may help them. But also, too, if you think this would help somebody, as my tarot is modern day tarot, it's mostly for helping you get through your challenges, help lift you up, help grow you to your authentic you. And yeah, sometimes divine steps in and answers some of your questions for me, but that's not me. I'm just the conduit. So I thank you for all your support. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for this has been fun. But if I don't catch you on the final reading, I really appreciate the support from my whole community. It really is a tickle because if you would have known me 2 years ago, you would have never seen me on a video, never seen me on a in front of a camera or sharing pictures or anything like that. So this has been a real interesting journey. So I love it, and I hope God allows me to keep doing it for a long time. And you are very welcome, Maria. Please email me. Hey, we'll chat sometime, if you do video stuff. Don't mind at all. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. If you're from another country and you believe in Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything, I wish you happiness and joy, more joy than happiness. And please be safe, but please share love this holiday season. Take care. Love you guys. Thanks for coming in, Maria. Bye bye.